Hey guys, this is Bonfrey from Ephesus at the moment. I also have a role in L, which I've talked about a lot in the past, and I will still talk about in the future. But here we are in Ephesus, and this has been a very long season, and I apologize for the fact that I have not been on for about a month. I had a good friend that in her 50s had a stroke out of the country. Well, actually, not out of the country, out of the mainland. She was in Maui and had a stroke and resides in Phoenix. And it was quite an unfortunate situation. So, spent most of December fundraising to help her pay a portion of her medical bills to medevac her back to Phoenix to get specialized care for her stroke situation. So her and her husband had to pay prepaid $80,000 to a medevac to get out, even though they had insurance with a large bluish company, but they are still dealing with that. And in the meantime, the little people like us are trying to help them out. And so that's what I've been off doing for a month. I've still been playing the game, and I've still been spending the diamonds that I bought way back. I want to say in maybe August or September. My God, so much has happened back since then. My father passed away in October, and oddly, it's strange to think that I still had about 130,000 diamonds at that point, and I don't mean to be cold about that. That's a lot for me to have recovered from, but also a stroke victim, so it's close to my heart. So if you have ever dealt with anyone with a stroke or seen that over a period of time, it is quite a struggle. So anyway, I've been playing the game, moving forward, and I may post a vulnerable video of existential crisis. I don't think I said that quite correctly, but existential crisis here soon enough. But in the meantime, I'm going to just talk about what happened in this event. What's interesting about, I'm going to actually, it seems like I'm starting this off long. And again, I will say this if you've not watched previous videos, so not again, but again, for those who've seen those, I do not get to the point fast. I tend to wander. I have severe ADD, and I just talk about how I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So this is Ephesus. I started here in early October. I am up to, just to state my name or rank, I'm up to almost 15 million player points. I really like this Privatress avatar, so I'm sticking with her. I like her a lot. Nothing like my actual persona at all, but I love this avatar. So sticking with that from the October event, and the October event has been a really interesting setup for teeing me up for what's happening now and how I've been able to hyper level from basically nothing, low era to camping briefly in Indy all the way. Now I'm in FE, and now I'm going to very quickly jump up past FE because of this little thing right here, the Crystal Cascade. So I got a message from a buddy of mine in L, Slap Your Mama, who just doesn't seem to be at all as trite as a human as his avatar, at least as his male avatar. Um, but anyway, shout out to Slap Your Mama. He was saying that he went through OF in about 60 cycles, just cycling this building. So we're talking about the elimination of the SC, so the Starcraft carrier, which was, uh, I would say, a fairly antiquated building, which was the only GB that was producing special goods based on a specific era, at least conventionally in the history of the game. And then we come up with this event building that just kind of popped out of the let's finish the whole calendar like every day of the calendar, and now we're producing 120 special resources. And so by doing that, he started OF and flipped this thing about 60 times and went through OF in like a day, day and a half, 2 days, whatever. So let's just call it 48 hours. Let's just be really generous. So 48 hours done by using, let's be specific, by using finish special production, right? So if you have invested in previous events and previous buildings where you have on hand finished special productions, right? I have 59 on hand, so I'm gonna covet those, and I am making more of those based on other event buildings that are in my city. But yet not necessarily from this event, right? So Inno has been very, let's say, um, plotting in their, planning in their tech tree this year, right? So sorry that took a while to get out. In terms of like how all this stuff's coming together, right? So not only do we need finished special productions, we need finish all productions, right? Because that was a new one. So it used to be that rushes were the main thing, right? To get you through these, interim texture, like rival events, right? So let's talk about rivals. Rival was everything to this event, at least in terms of getting not necessarily the crystal, but the eternal market. So what's intriguing about the eternal market is that it's been a game changer for me immediately because um, it's given me population. In turn, that positive population, that's right now. I expect this building to be really critical going forward because there's going to be, future upgrades as has been alluded to. But I'm just living in the now. So I'm jumping over just temporarily to the eternal market. So eternal market is like, yay, I got this stuff, but I get 20,000 positive citizens. So look at my population. So now I'm at 34,000, which is much higher than I'm used to running. And the reason is because a lot of these Halloween buildings, these October, November event buildings are negative pop. Some are positive pop. Uh, Oddly, these Joker things are positive pop, as well as the monster wares. Uh, the monster wares don't really do shit other than pop. So I am accommodating, I'm tolerating them right now because, let's look at the food chain, right? I just happen to end up with a lot of Cappy's um, winter holiday spas as well as magical winter snow gloves because I need Renos and 1-ups. Like, I need them so bad because I camped in Indy for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And then I sped up to tomorrow, which I haven't edited those videos. I have a whole, oh my God. I don't even know if that's ever going to see the light of day. But during the holiday, I got a little bit a little bit wasted and recorded like a series of videos showing that whole situation. And I do not know if that will see the light of day, but yeah, I went from Indy to tomorrow, and I showed that in real time, and it was hours. And I don't know if I'll ever have the bandwidth or the self-respect to edit it down. But if I do, I'll show it. And right now I'm in FE. So I jumped to FE the other night, and I didn't record it, and shame on me, but who cares? I went from T to FE. Okay, great. But really, the thing that is intriguing is that if I can use this thing to go from FE and blast through OF to SAM, that's going to be lit. That's going to be very lit. So I'm going to be hammering some of my friends that are like, hey, I did this, ha ha ha. Well, I want to know exactly how many flips it took, right? Like, I want to know how many finished special productions it took to get through OF. I mean, because I'm in FE right now. So if I get through AF, I mean, big deal. Like, I guess probably 10 flips. I mean, AF is garbage. It's just garbage in every way. So the units are garbage. The blah blah blah. So it was like Inno's first era of special productions, special goods, special resources. Sorry, special, all the special, and then we got an OF, which was like, oh, are you just going to end the game in OF? Like, we're just going to fuck you for like, 3 continent maps that's going to take you like 6 months to get through. So did they need a break? Maybe they took a vacation. Maybe it was German holiday for like 9 months. I don't know. But then they came back and they were like, no, we're not done yet. We're done with OF. So now we're doing the next thing. So if I can burn through OF in matter of days without having to cycle a space carrier, I don't know, 3-4 times, which is like the thing to do to speed cycle a space carrier. Oh, and by the way, let me just rip on the sleigh builders. Oh my gosh. Okay, great that they just threw in, I don't know, this stupid red attack. Okay, but these fuckers take like massive negative population. So I've been living in this land of neg pop. So everything I put down, I have to weigh against negative population. Like almost everything, except for these stupid Joker things. But at the same time, a sleigh builder, which since day one, hello, is like one of the most powerful buildings and still is in the game. Like, I am such a sleigh builder proponent. I will never not be a sleigh builder proponent. These things kick ass. So I have to deal with the fact that now I got these deluxe sleigh builders, which I mistakenly started to fuck with, and then quickly realized they were like minus 6,000 or something. Okay, so like if I were just to say, okay, I'm just going to pretend I'm going to sell the sleigh builder, right? It's going to give me back 6,200 population to sell the sleigh builder. And all it did was it went from producing, I don't even give a shit about the swords. It gives me 50 goods of current era versus 15. But I kind of don't care because the negative 6,000 pop. Okay, for negative 6,000 pop, I can go over here and at the cappies, I can be producing a fragment of Reno. So, sorry, 5 1-up kits, 5 fragment of 1-ups, 5 fragments of 1-ups, or 1 renovation kit fragment. So, to compare, like, if I did that, I'm only losing 2,300 pop. But what's cool is that I kept those guys in industrial age. If I'd aged them up, they would be like way more neg pop than 2300. So the thing that's weird about this is because I went so quickly from Indy to currently FE, I didn't lose uh, any gain of the fragments that I get, right, for the Renos and the one-ups. That's the reason I have so many of these in my city, is that I need Renos and one-ups so bad, right? So by keeping these guys down, this is like a weird one. This is one of my little weird, hey, you made it halfway through my rambling video, and this is the reason for keeping certain buildings in a lower era, right? So in Indy, these buildings only take a less amount of negative population, right? If I had Renoed these, they'd take a higher amount of negative population to no good, other than the red. So the lower, I can't point to it right now, but down below, like the negative uh, happiness, you know, the red, the red, the reds would go up, the blues would go up, the happiness would go down. But the key reason for laying these things down in my city is the fragments of the Renos and the one ups. I need those so bad because when I jump to Sam, like, make no mistake, I'm not I'm not going to reno anything between where I'm at and Sam, right? So some of my stuff is FE. A lot of it is still in Indy, right? I mean, because I zapped from Indy to TE to FE, and just enough, right? And so I may post those videos, but it's like a layering thing, right? Like, so my enchanted elixirs. So I'll touch on that. My enchanted elixirs are still in tomorrow because they produce next era goods um, on a daily basis, plus 50 next stage goods. So 20% chance. Well, okay, if you have enough of them, which I cleaned up on because I will tell you, like, I'm shocked at what I spent value wise on the Halloween event. Like, that event was so underrated, understated. Like, I cannot believe how much it jump started me into Ephesus, right? I mean, still, my city is largely October based, right? And then look at this shit. I spent I think I was 160,000 diamonds, 155 when I started prior to the October event. I'm now at 34. I think I spent 60,000. So I was at like 90 when I started the winter event, and now I'm at 34. Well, great. So yeah, I got this fucking eternal market, and I hope that this stupid thing does some shit, because I really spent on that. Because you could be not at all like spender and get the crystal Cascade, and I hope you did. As a not spender, not spender, I hope you did every single calendar unlock, because this building is the thing. That's what I'm talking about right now. I mean, it gives you Yutomo Tower selection. I mean, this is the building. Like, these stupid things, like all this, like, I'll talk about these old buildings, and the reason I have these stupid Ted's Wiffle talk, like, these are temporary. The Teds are only a path to getting the most efficient version of the Neckrucker guardhouses I can get. And then once I have my 30 frags of Nutcracker guardhouses, developing a single mass self-aid kit every day, these fuckers are gone. Like, both the chalks are gone, and then every guardhouse that has everything over, 31 plus fragments a day is gone. So those are out of here. In the meantime, I'm catering to my snow globes and my Cabby's winners because they produce Renos and 1-ups, and I need those right now. That will level off, and at some point, these will all get deleted, right? And that caters to the Majestic Winter Wonderland Pyramids because they produce the selection kits that create the Cappies and the snow globes. But this is so 2 years ago, right? The Majestic Winter Wonderland Pyramids. And at the same time, it's great. I don't mean to be like down on it because this was like really one of the first buildings. This was like the 2 years ago rad ass winter building before the chocks. That was like, oh, this is the big deal, And so it makes these globe things and that leads to these 1-up kits, which is critical. I mean, the game really for speed jumping has become about mass producing, at least in my case, going to Ephesus and trying to jump, 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 jump. I need mad Reno kits and 1-up kits. So that's what that's what I'm about. So that's why I have all these stupid neg pop buildings right now. Because I have all these Utomo, Nakatomi towers. So I have like 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 3. Yeah, I thought there was another one somewhere around here. And that's fine, and the FP production is higher for sure. And this video is not about quantifying all that right now because I'm more talking about like what was the result of the growth plan of this. And I meant this to be a very short video, and of course it's not now. But yeah, so let's just leave it at that. This is Ephesus status. I may post a very one-off video about being really sick the last few days and not dying. I don't know if I'm going to post that, but that would be a fourth wall break. But anyway, thank you for watching and comments, questions. I would like to know what you guys are experiencing with the Crystal Cascade and the speed aging. I would love to see stats like if you are in future and you're like, hey, fuck it, I'm going to burn through AF. I would love to know how many finished special productions it takes to get through AF. I'd love to know how many specifically it took to get through OF and how many applications of the BG you used in either or both scenarios. I believe the current data I have from Slap Your Mama in L is that he used 4 BG, flips, with focusing on all of those flips on his finished special productions of the Crystal Cascade, which is pretty great because it does not prevent the use of finished special productions, which, as we know, is a new D feature they've introduced in the game. And depending on, let's just say, I'm just going to guess his BG's a 50-ish. We'll just say, like roughly, that could matter. Like that could be like that could translate to actually more like 100 flips, right? Of the Crystal Cascade. So I will double check with him on the output of that and so forth. But let's just say roughly 100 flips of finished special production, tying in the BG would get you through OF. Okay, so how fucking crazy is that? Like, that could get you through in like a day, 2 days, if you were ready with the goods. You had the goods, you had the, you had the FPs, you had, oh my God, let's not even get started on the coins. Oh my God, getting to TE just with the coins, I was down to like 2 million coins. Like, the coins were so constrained starting in October with these Halloween buildings. These fuckers do not give off coins. at all, except for the very unexpected Phantom Abandoned Asylums. These fuckers give out coins, but just those. Like, that's it. And so I've been relying on these to give me coins. And now I'm up to a whopping 36 million coins. But I will tell you, multiplier-wise, there's way less coin multiplier buildings in the game that you'll pick up in the AD or anywhere else, or as a GB, such as the LOA. I want to say, sorry, here I go again, just blah, blah, blah. LOA gives you, like, I thought it was, see, oh, there it is. So, oh yeah, so, again, not coins, it's, yeah, the supplies. It gives you a supply boost. I know there's a coin boost. One of you is screaming at me right now, and I'm not nailing it, but whatever. There is a building that gives you coin boost stuff, but I didn't need to build it. That's the point. Like, who cares? Like, I did not need to punt because I just bit through it, and yeah, I did a few finished special productions on my 3 Phantoms with some multipliers, like with some coin boosts, because I needed them to finish some of the tech tree stuff, right? So when I was back here, early in future, like I got through tomorrow pretty fast. Like I was good there, but when I was going through this stuff in the tech tree, I still am. And oh look, well, guess what? I think I'm almost there. Oh no, done. I did all that. So the point being that, like, as long as you have the coins, you can get through it. Well, and the other stuff too, but that's fine. So just P's, that's great. So yeah. Anyway, you got to plan ahead, right? Use the research tool and look ahead. Click this thing. Do not make the mistake of clicking this and go, oh, I can see what. Oh, I'm good. But it only shows you where you're at right now. You got to click this too. So, like if I go to AF, I'm like, oh no, I'm super fat. But it's not really that bad because it's just 4,000 FP, which I have in the bank. 20 million coins, which I currently have. And that doesn't, oh, it's minus 20. Sorry. But I'll get awarded that and more going through the tech tree. So I'm actually not worried about that. So that's a fake number. So fake news, because I have those in stock. Fake news, because I'll get that on the tech tree. And the Prometheum is sort of fake news because that building I was just talking about will have the special thing for the Prometheum, 3,900. So 3,900. So we can do the math. So you already know. 4,000 times that building produces X amount a day. I think it's 160. So you get an idea of how many FSPs you have to do. Just do the math. Get a calculator. Figure out BG flips and odds, things like that. I mean, this is no brainer. Just trade ahead on getting your goods for AF in this case, or OF or whatever you got. So anyway, just common sense stuff. But this was helpful. I mean, I went on for like way too long. So love you guys. Cheers. Thanks for listening, watching, and I will talk to you soon. If I ever edit the other video, I will post it.